Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a good Monday. It's August 10th, and today we have a monitor risk for the Midwest, or areas in the Midwest. So we're going to be talking about that today. Yes, please subscribe if you haven't already. Please consider subscribing and please leave a like. Well, let's get started because we have a big deal today. We have a moderate risk in areas of Iowa, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, northwestern Indiana, areas like Chicago, Des Moines, Davenport, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and Madison, Wisconsin. You guys are going to be getting hit pretty hard today. You guys can see in that red color right there, that is the moderate risk. And we're going to be looking at today. That's a pretty moderate risk is pretty significant. We only see about 15 of those a year. So this is a significant severe weather event. We are already seeing the derecho going on. It's in this pretty much that area right now. We're going to be looking at radar in a second and seeing what's going on. I do think Davenport, I do think your threat's pretty much almost over. But areas like northern Illinois, you guys have not gotten hit yet. Now, as you guys can see here, this is just a wind threat and some hail and potentially a few tornadoes, but this is not like a tornado outbreak. This is a severe weather outbreak. This is a derecho. Right, we had some tornado warnings in southern Wisconsin. We can see that we have a 45% SIG area for wind in that purple color. That's the 45%. Hail threat today. Hail threat's actually pretty low. In that yellow color, that's 15%. We only have a slight risk for hail today. Tornado threat is at 5%. You can see that right there for Chicago, Davenport, Dubuque, in Iowa, in areas of southern Wisconsin like Madison. So that's what's going on today. And I'll look at the satellite right now. This is the latest satellite. We can see we have a giant anvil blowing up across the areas of Illinois. This area, we have clear skies in front of it. It's plenty of instability building. We have some new thunderstorms blowing up in northern Missouri and southern Iowa along the cold front. But that's the big cluster of storms going on right now. And we overlay satellite with composite radar, and we can see what's actually happening. You can see that's our derecho right there. New storms blowing up in northern Missouri and along the cold front. So definitely pretty strong. Play this out here and see how it's happened. Let's turn off this so you can just see how these storms have progressed. You can see they started in Iowa. This was earlier this morning. We can see how they've been flying east very quickly. And so, yeah, we have plenty of Cape out in areas in front of this in Illinois. Cape is a little limited up towards Chicago. We can look at Cape. It's not actually that limited, but I think it's low. I think this is overdue in Cape a little bit. But it can give us an idea. I think we do have around 4,000 Cape in this area, probably 4,500 in some areas. Now, let's turn Cape off. So we can see that. Now let's just switch over to composite radar and see what we can see. Yes, so look at that. That is our derecho. Large, thick line of storms. It is moving this way. It's flying towards Chicago. We had a tornado warning in that area right there. We have new clusters of storms blowing up along the cold front. But just look at that. Classic derecho, moderate risk. And I think we can overlay the outlook and see what's actually happening. Oh, you can go to SPC graphics, SPC day 1. Yep, and there's our moderate risk. I'll circle it for you guys. Right there. I do think the severe weather threat's over in places like Des Moines. But that's our moderate risk. I would cut our moderate risk like that. As of right now, I'd pretty much cut it like that. So that's technically our moderate risk right there. For areas like Chicago, this is a very interesting day. It was only enhanced this morning. You can see they upgraded it to a moderate. Des Moines got a ton of damaging wind, but you guys can just see a slight risk can be misleading. You can get very dangerous thunderstorms with a slight risk. This was earlier today. You can see this was the derecho starting off only in a slight risk. You can see that little inflow right there inside of that storm. That was this morning. It's moving a lot faster than it was earlier. Now let's take that off. Tor probs. You can see our 5%. Our hail probs right there and wind. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Let's turn that off. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. Now let's look at what it's forecasted to do. This is the latest triple HRRR model. It's forecasted to hit the Chicago area at around 22Z. It's forecasted. Watch out for thunderstorms if you live in Chicago from around 4 to 8 p.m. More specifically 5 to 7 p.m. If you live in Chicago, but it's very strong winds likely with this. Maybe some small hail in Chicago, and watch out for maybe a brief spin-up tornado. Areas like central Illinois, it's going to be going through you. Oh, it's not going to be as strong in areas of central Illinois, but it's still going to be dangerous. It's going to be going through the ground 4 to 8 p.m. also, and then it moves into southern Illinois and kind of weakens. So this is probably going to be the Derecho. But just by looking at this, I think we have an MCV scenario. We have an MCV that looks to be right there. And so that's what kind of we had a few tornado warnings in southern Wisconsin. That was caused by our MCV. That's what I think. So yeah, now let's look at some of the ingredients. Let's look at dew points for this afternoon. So we have dews rising up to around 70 in southern Wisconsin. Dews approaching 75 degrees in Illinois. That's pretty big. Even 80-degree dew points. That is really significant. Convective products. Let's look at the CAPE here. See what we have. This is the last thing we're going to look at. I'm kind of running out of time here. We have CAPE of 5,000 in Illinois. Yeah, but that'll wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow. But yes, peace out.